My name is Naima Moore Turner, and my story is called I Too Have a Story. You dressed me in cowhide once I began to show my value, or rather, when you began to notice my importance. That wasn't until after about a year your father died, and 3 years after receiving me. I should admit I almost succumbed to the excruciating neglect as I collected dust on a miniature oak shelf in your bedroom. For years, I've overheard the thunderous arguments between you and past lovers. I've heard streams of solitary tears that always left streaks on your penny brown skin. I've eavesdropped on the whispers between you and your kinky, curly-headed girlfriends as you shared whatever recent tragedy or achievement bestowed on your life. I could have grown envious of those stories you openly shared with them, and I understand your girls are everything. But there are deeper stories that have not been told, confessions you fear to utter, a part of yourself that you have yet to meet, the part of you that you find reflected on my pages. Even then, it's only after you have finally written. When everyone leaves and you're laying alone at night, the elephant in the room always consoles me with a stroke of my spine. She waits for you to acknowledge her too. It's something else when she wants to leave. Her name is Betty, by the way. We've become acquainted over the years, but it wasn't always so. Just you wait. I flipped through my pages with the fury the day Betty knocked me from my sacred place on the shelf to the winter-chilled mahogany floor. That was the beginning, back when I was excited for every journal's dream. Back when I was excited for a journey every journal dreams of, a black woman's breakthrough. I was so eager to get to know you and become your best friend. Anyone who opposed would meet my wrath. However, no one warned me of my own pain and suffering on this journey, especially in the prelude. Your days of storming around the room, throwing parties with depression are over. First of all, depression spoke, even if you weren't in the room. The name is Suzanne. You can call me Suze, though I'd rather not go by my clinical name. I'm a taboo, you know. Suze was a splitting image of you from the chest up, standing 5'3" with full, thick hair that fell 2 inches below the shoulders, with waves deeper than the sea. She even dyed it blonde like you, keeping the roots black. Suze was a bit chunky around the midsection. I guess she ate all of the food that you've neglected. Black lipstick, black leather biker jacket, and Dr. Martin boots were supposed to give her this badass look, but I know no fear. We journals have been fighting bitches like her for years, and it wasn't going to stop that day. So you just parade around the room on your elephant all day? I thought elephants were the smartest and most majestic animals on this planet. Oh, we've got a rude little wench here, Betty, old girl. She stroked her as she aimlessly walked past. Betty just strolled around your 350-square-foot room until she finally stopped in front of the patio sliding door. She was only a calf then. We didn't fret when she raised her trunk to slide the patio door. No one was going to jump from the 13th floor, not even an elephant. Suze only tagged along with Betty because the elephant in the room never gets acknowledged. Where's a safer place to live than on the back of an elephant if you're Suze? You can live forever then. This was war, but Betty sat and stared at the setting sun, wishing it rested on the sub-Saharan horizon. Now, Betty, said a devious Suze, this is home now. Most of our relationship has been me exposing myself, ensuring that you can confide in me. There were days when you would find me at the edge of your bed, on your desk, by the patio door, or even on the floor after I've tripped you. Hell, one day I made my way to your roommate's room just so you'd remember me. It pained me the most the days you tried but never commit to the first step to freedom. You'd open me up to my first blank page following the note left by your mom. To my dearest daughter, I hope you let yourself free on these pages. The fears that you've confided in me will remain as such, but remember, I don't always have the answers. Sometimes they're buried in us, waiting to be spoken, to be written. All it takes is a little time with yourself, and don't be too prideful or too fearful to listen. Love, Mom. Then you'd stare, your fine point ink pen in hand, breathing. I began to notice what kind of day you've had based on your cadence. Slow and steady were the days of uncertainty. Heavy painting for the days you've rushed to solitude. The days where you'd huff through flared nostrils were full of anger no matter the trigger. The soft caress of your breath for the days you felt at ease under joy's reins. The warm drops of scattered tears warned me of your fears. Those were the days you were closest to speak to me, to write to yourself. I've grown to not take offense of the delay of conversation, of the days where I'd be left in your room to be entertained by Susan's antics and the blow of Betty's trunk. I've grown not to take offense to the entries that were far and few in between. I've grown accustomed to the inconsistency of your actions, all actions pertaining to me, to us, we. I couldn't help but think of how we got here. Somehow I just knew there wouldn't be delay. I just knew you were going to embrace me with open arms, ready and willing, writing until you couldn't any longer, but I was wrong. I remember the day I left the shelf. I couldn't help but listen to your mom as she waited at checkout. Yeah, Shirley. Her voice was as warm as a Snuggie with hints of 90s Brooklyn, raw and thorough. Yeah, my baby girl going through the motions. That boyfriend to hers, girl, I'll tell you. She's working on that exit project for grad school, and I don't think she's fully got over Pop-Pop's passing. Lance being sick ain't helping much neither. You know that girl. She's a daddy's girl. When she's in that classroom, those kids don't have sights on anything else. Yeah, girl, I walk past her classroom all the time. Gotta make sure Miss Green don't just have her check in attendance. Yeah, 15:45, ma'am, said the cashier. I remember when I wrote back in junior high school and then little in high school. Girl, yes, I was too busy smoking some Treato. Then I wrote again in college when Memoir passed. I couldn't have done it without you and Carol, but I got it all on paper for them days. Have a good day, ma'am. The cashier placed me in a tan plastic bag, and your mom and I were on our way. And here we are, 2 blank pages succeeding accounts of your spiritual battles, physical battles, Suze and Betty. I'm proud of where we stand. I'm proud of who you're becoming as a woman. You've broken free of the restrictions you've placed on yourself. You found your voice, and those inner demons control you no more. I warred with Suze in these times, barely escaping the feet of a seasoned Betty. I hold all of your scars and bruises with gratitude as we come closer to the end of this chapter. Now I rest on the bookshelf next to the college ruled notebook. It looks like you need wider pages.